Hello and welcome back to Women Unscripted. Can we please talk about standards?
Let's go.
Standards. Let's
Bring it on.
Am I starting?
Go ahead, girl.
You said let's
Don't
talk
come
about-
at me. I need y'all to really listen to what I'm saying. Understand it. Yes, please sip before y'all start throwing stones. Okay?
I don't know, Rosie. I think I'm ready to throw them stones.
For real.
No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Listen. So I've been thinking about this a lot, right?
Okay.
And I feel like, again, don't judge, it's somewhat women's fault in a way. I don't want to use the word fault, but when I get a word to go over that one, I'll bring it up. That men are the way they are now today.
Okay.
All right. Can I just say, do you think we're giving men a pass if we say it's a woman's fault?
Not a pass. No, because ultimately, you should know what's right from wrong anyway, as a man.
Right.
Where I'm coming from is because I've seen it and I keep seeing it so much. Whereas women, I get it. We all have this thing now because we might have seen, for instance, I've seen my mom do everything for herself and for her kids where it came to providing and all that. So they've installed that in us where we got this. It's cool. We don't need a man.
Right.
I'm not saying that we need a man to survive, but I feel like because we've built this character, like we got this, we can do this, men don't feel the need anymore to want to be like that, not provider, but like that, not like the support system in the sense of
Like to help out.
whether it's opening up a door or taking you out on a date and him initiating that date, him going forward with the whole paying of the meal or coming up with the date plan.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Like I feel like we are just so hard into this weekend we're doing this is where we're going, and this is where and we do that so much with everything that we've installed that in men to where they don't even try no more to put us up there.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I still didn't get everything out that I'm trying to say because I'm still thinking about it as I'm saying it.
Right.
But like that's just the gist of it. I feel like women already are so gun-ho on doing things for themselves that we are not giving men the time of day when it comes to dating. Why can't people just date? It's okay, I can like look around, feel around, but start dating instead of just we met at the club, now we fucking and now bye, or now we like each other.
We're
and
boom in a relationship.
Right? It's like
Melina looks like she has a lot to say.
she does have a lot to
Because
say.
I had something to say about the last thing you said.
Okay,
and
go ahead.
You took this.
Go ahead before I forget.
About giving women, well, giving men, you know, us taking on, us being strong women, I guess.
Which is a good thing.
Right. But I feel like to the right man, they're not going to be intimidated. And I feel like we don't take, I don't know about you, so I'm speaking for myself personally. I feel like I don't take away from what a man can do. Just know that I can do it for myself. So if I say that I need to get this fixed, for example, on my car, if I need to get this fixed and I communicate that with you, I'm not asking you to do it and I will never ask you to do it.
But it should
But if
be
you know
your
that it's a
job
thing
to-
and you don't bust a move, understand that the move will still be made. Period. So I feel like if the man is present to what's going on, what his girl likes, what she wants, what she needs and stuff like that, she could do it on her own. But if you wanted to, you could really step up your game and do it for her. It's not like she's gonna be like, nah, don't do that, don't do that for me. They're gonna be like, yeah, because I feel like as women we're so independent these days that a man really has to put himself out there and really show that he's capable of taking the lead no matter how headstrong she is. And if you can't display that, then you're not for me. Like, you're not for me. It's not gonna work. I'm already independent every day, and if you can't alleviate some of this willingly,
Yeah.
then I don't need you.
It's
because
like-
you're not helping.
It's like, what are you there for at this point?
Yeah, like, I don't feel like we should always have to ask.
And I think that's the thing though. We got used to Well, what are you there for? Or you know what? No, see, it's still our fault because then y'all still not raising these boys to be men.
I'm
feel
so happy I didn't have boys.
I'm not really thinking about it. Like, okay, so how are women now raising these boys to be that men? You would think that common sense would be like, oh, I see my mom do all of this, and I wish I could have done this to help her. So when you find that woman in your life, it should like click. Like, oh wait, I see my mom do it. Let me do it.
Ultimately, too, when we say now are we shifting blame on the woman for raising the boys when where are the men
Yeah.
raising the boys? You see what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, where's that? But then that's another part that I've seen.
If that
too,
man
though.
wasn't raised right, he can't raise his son right.
Exactly.
And it's not to say that people are like to each his own. Like that works for some people. It works for some people for the man to be the breadwinner and the woman to stay home. Like that type of lifestyle works for some people. So I'm not knocking it whatsoever.
Yeah, of course. No,
me personally,
definitely.
it's not for me. I would never be comfortable with
that.
putting my financial situation in somebody else's hands, knowing that damn well tomorrow you could not be here.
Okay.
Right.
You can leave tomorrow and just I'm gonna need somebody who is with me to understand that I'm going to be good regardless.
of the
Oh,
situation.
I know this is not, but this is what I was thinking about prior to. So that's another thing too, though. Like, okay, fine. It's more common now than ever that men are not involved with raising kids. Not that it doesn't exist. It's just become a normal thing where it's just like, oh, he's just baby daddy. He might or might not be involved. That's just a chance that. It depends on your relationship. But yeah, what I meant to say was too, though, women are so loosely just. I feel like when I keep saying that, I'm really attacking women.
You are.
But I just think like, stop having sex with Tom, Dick, and Harry, because then you're giving all of us a really bad like rep. But I feel like
I think
it's
that
so
if a man
constant.
can sit here and have sex with Tasha, Samantha, and
Do the DMX challenge. It was,
right,
you know,
if they couldn't sit here and sleep with all those women, why the hell can't
Which is
women?
true, but don't make it vocal, because then
I am vocalizing.
This
I wanna
is
be
why
a hoe.
guys,
Right. They do it so freely. I don't
which
feel like
I get.
it's a double standard.
it's a double standard.
It definitely is, which I understand what you're saying, but I feel like guys are no more, because they can get it just everywhere and anywhere. I feel like a lot of guys nowadays are not taking that time to really get to know someone. They're just like, oh, we fuck.
But
Next.
at the same time, I feel like men need to understand it's easier for women to get it because men are so willing. Just not all. I'm not gonna say all.
I should have put a shirt that said not all.
Not all, but I'm saying a lot of men they're okay with just having casual sex, and I think it is okay for women to have casual sex.
Which you
because
can.
me personally, I don't be out here having casual sex, so I know I can't really speak on it too
Right.
much. But I feel like you can't judge a woman for how many people she slept with if you slept with numerous amount of people. So the same way a woman should have respect for herself is the same way a man should have respect for
definitely.
himself and not just be giving himself to just anybody. You don't get
Yeah.
cool points for
I
that.
don't get
I don't
that.
understand it. Your life and your health is still at risk just like the next person. Like, it just don't make sense to me. I
It doesn't
can't get
at
jiggy
all.
with it, like to just be out here in these streets. But for the people who are out in here in these streets, you deserve to be with somebody who's out here in these streets like you.
Okay.
So you
Exactly.
can't call
We can't
that
be
woman a
mad.
hoe if you know you doing what she do. Like,
Exactly.
call her your teammate. Like, y'all trying to promote this lifestyle. I don't know. Like, I just can't get jiggy with it. But I want to take it back to what you were saying. What were you saying? No.
I'm like, I said so much so quick that I'm like,
Yeah. You were saying about boys. We were talking about boys being raised and the
Right.
household and
Yeah.
women and men's role in that. If you think about it a lot, I see it a lot today, and I think it's important that people actually start teaching that.
yeah.
Us all being, strong women raised by strong women who were raised by strong women, and know the importance of being independent, and sometimes our independence does get in our own way. I will admit that.
Yeah, for
It's hard to turn off when that's just how you're programmed. women do have the tendency of teaching their daughters how to be strong because they kind of just leave them alone to figure it out for themselves, which is a beautiful thing. But when it comes to their sons, they do tend to pacify their sons, and I feel like that's when the dad steps in, because the dad is usually lenient on the daughter and harder on the son.
It's the other way around, right?
So that balance should be there. The mother should be, both parties, women and men, should be able to be independent, headstrong, be able to maintain everything that they want for themselves without the expectation of somebody should do it for them.
For sure.
But both parties should also be nurturing too. Like, it just shouldn't be a woman's job to be nurturing and loving and healing and being that person. Like, men should possess those qualities as well without thinking that's a woman's job or that makes me look like a punk ass bitch. Because no, I feel like the man who has it in him and decides not to use, you know, those qualities about himself that could potentially make his relationship better, you're a punk ass bitch because you're too worried about what the next motherfucker is gonna say. And I need to stop cursing.
No,
but yes, that's my take on it. That's my take
how you mean it.
So with the whole situation about lowering your standards, it's for both male and female, because
and it's a lot deeper.
It's so much deeper, because I know a lot of men who are amazing men and they lower their standards for females who don't value them.
Yeah.
It goes both ways initially. Like,
Because then it's like, wait, let me think.
no, it's not even that. It's just, that's how I feel about the conversation. It's just not so much generalizing women. I mean, making women the topic, but men as well, because men ultimately lower their standards just as much as women.
Yeah, because we think we can be out here fixing people and stuff. Like, no, not your mom. And that's what I feel like. I feel like a lot of people in a relationship, and I'm speaking as a woman dating men, they look for like a maternal figure in their partner, and that to me is weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird to me. Like, me personally, I want to be responsible for my love and the love that I offer you as your partner. I don't want to be associated with the love that your mom gave you or didn't give you. I don't want to be associated with grandmom and the love that they did or did not, or daddy, or what they did and did not give. I want to be solely 100% responsible for the love that I deliver. And if the love I deliver is not what you're looking for, exit left stage. Period. It's not even up for discussion. It's really that simple, and I feel like people just complicate that shit so much.
So much they do.
I think about it so much.
Like, everyone rather try to alter this person that came into their life to fit this criteria of what they're not, but there's people that do fit that criteria. So go get jiggy with them, because I'm serious though.
It makes
I'm
sense.
tripping?
No.
Because sometimes you gotta let me know if I'm tripping.
No.
Okay.
I'll let you know if you're tripping. If you're not tripping. You're
Let me
good
know.
over here.
Let me know.
I just need everybody to raise their kids just a little better. It is not our job to raise your son.
Break that cycle.
Or
break that
people
cycle,
are too comfortable keeping the same routine and flow of what they've seen.
Teach your sons how to be loving, caring.
Yes, for sure.
That whole men shouldn't cry. That whole men shouldn't show their emotions thing.
Oh, I hate that.
I hate that, because you're showing them to.
Now they harbor these feelings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they bring it out ugly somewhere else, like a different trait.
It's built up, and you're like, bro, where are you coming from left field? And it's because they don't know. It gets to a point where they don't know how to contain all these emotions that are bottled up, and I can't let the tear cry. I gotta make the song cry. Like, no, you can't make the song. Like, I have respect for men who are completely comfortable and self-aware.
Yes. For
like,
sure.
They know that it's okay for you to cry, not because, oh, I'm this or I'm not that. No, because you're a human being, and that's an emotion. Like, and this is how you cope, or this is how you deal. Like, why do we tell them to stay shut?
Why do we tell them that to be, or why do we? You know what's a good one? Like, when you tell a little boy, you're being such a girl,
Yeah.
Like if being feminine is
or showing emotion, or not being feminine,
but no,
showing
but
emotion.
even being like showing, because they classify as showing emotion, they classify everything as being feminine. So first of all, why being anything like a female is degraded? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Okay, I get what you're
Like
saying.
I'm a strong ass bitch.
Yeah, so get like us, like that.
Like women are strong out here. So what is wrong with with any? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like,
just like when they tell like a girl or something when they get her man up. Like man up means like be stronger, but don't be a girl means
or
you're being weak.
You fight like a girl.
We're about to start a fight.
Right.
But I do get what you're saying, and I don't think it's necessarily us as society.
Of
Society
course,
paints that insane
but then we
picture
follow
of
it.
what it should be, and you don't push something different towards your kids. I tell my boys how it is all the time. I got 4 boys.
Because that's why I did the sprinkles over you. I was about to put you in the hot seat because you got 4.
4 boys. And I make it my goal to, when we have little side conversations, or if I'm pissed about something, listen, you better be this, because whatever is going on right now, it's not working. Like, you will show how to, first of all, you're going to be helpful and supportive, and learn how to really listen and pay attention to everybody else's emotions, but also make your voice heard. Don't think because you're complaining about something or you bring up a concern you have, you're girly, or like Cassandra said, you're being a little girl. You're not. It's what you're feeling, which it's value. Like, your opinion, what you gotta say, how you're feeling, all that matters. It matters, and you're supposed to get your point across regardless how whoever takes it. And if whoever you're trying to get that point across to thinks is girly, then you need to walk away from that person. Because clearly they're not on the same page you are, and they're not understanding where you're coming from.
Okay.
Because I'm so sick of society painting this picture that men are like above us all the time, and we don't teach them how to be the men that they should be.
Exactly.
Because we're letting society get in their head and their ear and all that before we have the chance to really break it down to them. I know with my oldest, from the time he was like 6, we have conversations about everything. That boy will literally tell you our random conversations be like some deep ass conversations, but I feel like that is why he is the young man he's becoming. Right. Because not only do I have those side conversations, but I know his dad is constantly speaking to him about, like just random little things.
Active in your child's life. And no, I'm not speaking materialistically, like that whole buying. Your child is not going to remember those. Emotionally available. Sitting down, talking to them, getting to know them, getting to like know their interests. That's very important.
Stop letting social media teach your kids how to be men.
Yes. So I think
women. That's not no.
I think what like people need to be present to is just we all in society. It's like we're born into this society that already has these rules and stereotypes of what everybody should be, and I feel like this day and age people are a little bit more open-minded about certain things, but come on, like we all bleed the same way. Like everything is the same except for what's not the same.
Yeah.
Men in today's world, like, or whenever, honestly, if you ask me, men can choose to love another man. Women can choose to love another woman. Like we all have the capability to love, to cry, to be sad, to be angry, to be happy, to like do all of these things. So why are we shunning people and say, oh, don't show those qualities that we know you possess because you're a human being? Like, don't share those, because then that takes away from this character that you're trying to be, when the ultimate goal is for everybody to be living their truth and be comfortable with self. And so many people struggle with that. Like, so many people never live their true selves.
And that's the saddest thing in the world.
Terrible.
That is true.
To know someone passed, or to know someone's no longer here and they never got to shine light on who they really are.
Live an honest life, right?
It's so sad.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting if you ask me. Just like so many people are caught up in the wrong careers and the wrong relationships because this is what they were told that they should be doing, and they're so unhappy internally. But who are we really being unhappy for? All these people who really don't give a shit anyway.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I want my boys to know at an early age who they are. Yes. I mean, I know it takes time, and I know you grow into the person eventually,
Right.
but I want them to take the time to actually really focus on them and finding themselves and becoming the person that they want to be, and never alter their thoughts or anything because of someone else's opinion.
Right.
Because I feel like we do that a lot. I'm completely guilty of that, especially when I was younger. I would like be quiet and just like, you know, like you're just going with the flow of everything that's going on around you, so you're just like sitting back. But I feel like that confuses you more.
Have you ever found yourself uncomfortable and saying nothing about it?
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I was known for that.
Yeah, me too. Oh, of course, being
Like,
a shy girl.
I think we all have, and I feel like, especially with little kids, like we embed things, or people have embedded things in kids' heads. Like a little boy can innocently be playing with a doll, but that's made to be a big deal. Put that down. Why? He's enjoying himself. He's happy in that moment.
He's letting his imagination flow at that moment. And you're interrupting that because of what society tells you to think.
What's the
Right?
problem?
You're supposed to conform to this. Like, come on, no. Like,
I never found an issue with that.
And people try to make it seem like, because if a little boy does something like that, that's going to determine his sexuality. And even still, if that was a proven fact, which it's not, bro, that's his business. He's going to be that way.
And that's no matter without the law. Yeah.
Exactly. No matter how much you try to change that, it's not going to change. People don't choose to be anything.
That's just
they're born who they are, and that's that.
Right. And me, I don't have kids, so like what I can say is limited, I guess, but not really, because I'm going to speak my mind. I feel like the day I do have kids, I'm going to be, it might be awkward to some people, like, not to say I'm going to be, gender neutral and everything's going to be like a neutral color for my kid, but if you like this color and that's your little girl and that's more of a masculine color, I'm rocking with it. Like, I'm going to let you figure it out for yourself.
Exactly.
So instead, you don't live a life with all this unhappiness, and the reason how you wound up there is based off what everybody else told you to do or told you to do.
Because who said purple is for girls? Who said pink is for girls? Who said that?
And why are girls are so easy to get away with stuff like that?
And
like we could play with cars and trucks and all that, and there's never like a thing where you're gonna be a little boy for playing with that. You know what I mean? Like it's never an issue.
I respect the people who allow their kids to figure it out. That there are some celebrities out here that do show that they let their kids wear whatever they want. Like, a little boy can be wearing a tutu, and that works for them because he's exploring, he's figuring out what works and what doesn't work for him. I respect that. There's actually somebody that we work with loves the color purple, and when I say loves the color purple, I mean loves the color purple, and people may or may not have some question about why something as simple as him liking the color purple associated him with potentially being gay, but realistically he just likes the color purple, and he's comfortable with it, the fact that he just likes the color purple, and he rocks it all the time, having scarves, all that stuff, and it works for him. And I love that quality about him so much, because he just doesn't care. It's really just, I like the color purple, and y'all making it bigger than what it is.
Than what it really
because
is.
society fucking sucks.
More of the story:
be you,
unapologetically.
All right, guys. So we're gonna leave you with that. Always be you.
Live your truth,
and do not let society control your life.
Bye.